Yo, it's Mexican David back with another video. And today we got the story about the Mexican Tay. And the reason I'm saying this person is the Mexican Tay is because their case and story is similar to K's story of fame, well, rise to fame, and how it all went down. So I'm gonna read y'all the news article, and then at the end of the video, I'm gonna show the news clip of like how the victims reacted, other family members getting killed, and how the dude got sentenced and like his reaction. So here I'm gonna read y'all the story real quick. On July 30th, 2019, Garbachile, who went by James, was manning his storefront counter, and his son, Angelo Garbachile, was lying down in the back when Zion Talavera and two others armed with guns and bandanas covering their faces walked into the DMJ grocery at 815 North New Braunfels Avenue. Two gunshots later, James was found wounded on the floor by his son. I know y'all in the TK case, it was one dude who got killed. It was similar like this, but that was in a house. This is in a store. So that's the only difference, but it was pretty much like the same format. They were both trying to do a robbery, and they both went wrong. And so testimony during a sentencing hearing Thursday for Talavera, who pleaded no contest to murder, established that James spent more than 500 days in the hospital and endured more than 100 surgeries before he was discharged December 16th, 2020. So damn, he was in the hospital for 500 days, damn. 12 hours later, on December 17th, he died from his injuries at his Wilson County home. He was 58. Damn. James was a fighter and fought to get as strong as he could, Lopez testified to sentencing hearings. He said they lost a store in their home while she lost the love of her life. Damn, that's sad. This is the reality of these crimes. You break up families, you make people lose their homes off of your decisions, bro, and that's just fucked up. Instead of robbing, you should just work yourself, because you really ruin other people's life because you can't get your life together. On Thursday, Talavera was sentenced by State District Judge Jefferson Moore to 50 years of prison and more him to pay more than $2.2 million in restitution to James' family. Yeah, I know this is similar to TK's case because TK got sentenced to 55 years, while this dude got sentenced to 50 years. TK didn't have to pay that much as $2.2 million with restitution, so that's the only pretty much difference. But this dude probably got 5 less years than him. It's pretty much the same crime. He's Talavera probably never is going to pay it off with 50 years of prison, but I ordered it anyway, Moore said Friday. So the judge even thinks he's not going to pay out the restitution. I don't know if he will win the lottery or has some uncle somewhere with money, but if he comes into some large amount of money, the state can say you have the restitution to pay from over 30 years ago. The money would pay a long list of healthcare providers, the bulk of it to Brooke Army Medical Center, Moore said. James, an immigrant from Sri Lanka, has lived in 38 countries and ran several businesses before he settled in Alamo City and opened his grocery store, his obituary stated. And even though it says from Sri Lanka, he has like a Mexican last name, so I guess he could pass for Mexican. Talavera, who was 18 at the time of the shooting, had been on an aggravated robbery spree that started the day before he hit DMJ grocery store. It was the third that Talavera had held up that day, the fourth of 2 days, according to a statement from the Barrett County District's attorney office. So damn, this dude was just hitting licks, playing GTA and shit. And now he realized shit is real. He's going to have to spend the next 50 years in the fucking cell. Talavera initially faced a capital murder charge because James died from the injuries received during an armed robbery November 22nd. Talavera agreed to plead no contest to a lesser charge of murder for a maximum sentence of 50 years in prison. He previously had been sentenced to 20 years of prison for a separate aggravated robbery that occurred during the same spree. Both sentences will be served concurrently. He would not be eligible for parole until after 25 years. Damn. 25 years until he's eligible. And it's a high chance he probably won't even get the parole because the victim's just going to come and testify on him and tell him how he should be back to society. So it's probably a really high chance he doesn't get the parole. Barrett County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez said following the sentencing Thursday that he hoped the resolution can bring some peace to the family. Like so many immigrants to our country, James came here to start a business and build a life. He said in a statement he was successful at that and was capable of contributing even more to our community. What James and his family endured is heartbreaking. I hope James' family can begin to heal none of this case behind them. Talavera's co-defendant, Arnaldo Eric Narvaez, 21, pleaded guilty to aggravated robbery and is expected to be sentenced October 13th, according to online court records. The other defendants, Cameron Jamar Payne, also 21, pleaded no contest in November 2020 to a charge of aggravated robbery. Was sentenced to 10 years in prison. So yeah, that's the story. Like I said, this guy's case is pretty similar to TK's case. Shit, they both had capital murder charges. Shit, they both got. Well, TK got 55 years. This dude got 50. So he got 5 less years. TK has to serve 27 years for his parole, while this dude has to serve 25 in case of parole. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard for them to get the parole, especially with the types of crimes they did. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure stay tuned. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
A capital murder case ends in a plea deal for a 22-year-old defendant.
The victim's common-law wife taking the stand today, giving some emotional testimony about the hardships that her husband endured after being shot back in 2019. Those injuries eventually leading to his death.
Erica Hernandez was at the sentencing hearing. Takes us inside the courtroom.
I just heard him on the other side say Dad has been shot and he's in the hospital.
Linda Lopez remembering the moment she got the call her common-law husband, Jimenu Gamarachilage's convenience store was robbed and he had been shot. The shooting happening back in July 2019. Zion Talavera, who was 18 at the time and was out on bond on another charge, had gone on a string of aggravated robberies with another teen at 4 different stores. The last store they robbed, Talavera shot Gamarachilage twice.
Literally nothing functioned.
He was in the hospital for 504 days. Lopez talked about how the couple lost everything during that time.
Once we lost that business, we then lost our home. We lost everything, and I was homeless and living out of my car for 10 months.
Gamarachilage died from his injuries at home 12 hours after he had just left the hospital.
Nothing can bring my love back. Nothing will fix this.
A plea deal was agreed upon in this case, and Talavera pled no contest to the lesser charge of murder. And despite asking for leniency in a letter to the court, 186 District Court Judge Jefferson Moore sentenced Talavera the max per the plea deal of 50 years in prison.